So in this particular lesson, we'll take our time to explore the first element or the first pair of elements, which is the dot and the line. So let me use my brush and write dot. The mouse is messing up. So dot, stroke, line. Right. So why the dot? The dot is actually the smallest component of every single element. The dot is just like the atom or the molecule of water. It is essential to every single thing. It is important. And a dot is just like this. So if I zoom it out, you see, not only you come up with a dot, but at a large scale, you end up with a circle as well. A dot can be used in many ways. The basic use of a dot is to combine it and end up with a line. And that is why I preferred mentioning these two together. Aligning dots gives us a line. Remember, in our lesson on trying design with Adobe Photoshop, when we were setting up our brush, we realized that we could increase the spacing of the dots that make up a line. So it is the same thing. The closer the dots, the smoother the line is. Dots are composed to make lines. The closer the dots, the sharper the line. So when you take a dot, you could make compositions with it. For example, let's take this. And make this. What we have? An arrow. Same thing when I do this. What do we have? A circle. I could also do the same thing to make a triangle. So a dot can be the basic element you use to shape your design. It can be used to create so many things. There are limitless possibilities of things you can make with a dot. Starting from the simple line to more complicated shapes. Now, when you combine dots and you end up with lines, that increases the possibilities, which means not only we can make lines of forms with the dots, we could also combine dots to come up with lines, right? So let me get some space around here. So you could use a line to come up with good illustrations. I'm obsessed with pyramids. So, and even have a coconut tree. Remember? In the desert. So basically, we can transit from dots to a line. That comes with so many possibilities. Remember, in our lesson, in our drawing lesson, we learned that the line or the contour helps to shape objects. It is important. And when it comes to the line, we could see that we have limitless possibilities, which includes how the line is, its thickness, its continuousness, its colors and shades, and so many things can be applied to a line. So for example, these lines I'm making here, with these continuous lines, are having 1 point weight, right? I could decide to decrease it to 0.775. It's less thick again, and again, until we get nothing. Or I could even go smaller. Now the same thing, I could go bigger. You see? So the line alone can be used in achieving so many things. Now, not only we can have continuous lines in different sizes, we could also define how they appear. So, let me take this for example. Right? So you see this star, I can also shape that and give it a bigger size. And it continues. Why not? You could also have dotted lines. So we have dashed borders, or forms of borders, to make different forms of lines, which basically means you can come up with any design only by using the lines. We have discontinued, just like this one I did here. You can use lines alone to make any artwork. Lines composed of circles. Just like I mentioned earlier on, lines are composed of dots, and a dot is basically a circle as well in a smaller size. More options. So lines or dots can even be used, which is mostly the case, to make patterns, to create patterns. So this is a little exploration of the dot and the line, and see you in the next lesson, where we are going to discuss shapes.